Ben Simmons had his homecoming to Philly, y'all. First time playing in Philly since leaving Philly, and they actually lost. They were down Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, and James Harden. They top three players, and they were actually fully healthy. Kyrie Irving had his second game back. They were fully healthy and still took an L by double digits. All right, so we're gonna kick this topic off with David. I know a lot of talk right now. People saying they should blow up the Nets, not waste any time. Now you could talk about the game, but also talk about should the Nets blow up the team.
All right, so I'm gonna talk about the game first before I talk about them blowing up the team. So, like Joe said, this was Ben Simmons, home game back home in Philly, playing with the Nets, and he played okay. Um, was 11 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, something like that. So he played what he played all right. Um, However, everyone else on the bench didn't play too well. I think Seth Curry was the only person on defense that double digited from that team. Was it Claxton only had 4 rebounds for the whole game. He's their starting center. This is without Joel Embiid playing, without James Harden, and without Tyrese Maxey. And they lost by almost 10 points. So, and they were out rebounded as a team by 14. They almost rebounded by 15. So I'm going to say, yes, they need to blow up the team.
Okay.
Kevin Durant should have been traded when they had the opportunity to, and they need to just go ahead and let Kyrie go. Go ahead and trade him somewhere else, give him another opportunity to play somewhere else. Especially after the situation that happened with him, I think it's really no going back. So I mean, those are your two most valuable assets. Now, a lot of people may not think Kyrie is an asset right now, but Kyrie has played well since he came back. So it's not as if he can't play on. It's not like he can't play on the court. It's just he may come with some kind of controversy, whether you believe it's controversy or not. But I mean, what else can you do? What other assets do you have to really get someone to help out with the team? I mean, I think they are really. I honestly think they're only maybe another big man away from being able to do something on the team. But I don't know what they are going to trade away to get that. So I say blow up the team. Just go ahead and trade KD, trade Kyrie, and get some more pieces back.
All right. All right. Jay Mula.
Whew. All right, as far as the game yesterday, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I wasn't too hype about the game starting off because all of our best players are out. So with that being said, I know the crowd is hostile and they were supposed to be loud and it was supposed to be a big game for Ben, first game back in Philly, but we didn't have all our good players. And I feel like the Nets came in there, as one would say, loafing. I think they came in there loafing. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to get Ben off early. The first play of the game, they threw him a oop. It was just too low. He didn't catch it. Like they was trying to really get him involved. He was getting himself involved on both ends of the floor. I feel like that game was really about Ben more than it was about winning for the Nets, me personally. But that's not our fault. We play to win every game. And we play hard. We play with a lot of heart. And I've been telling Joe nonstop, one of these games, you're going to see why we signed DeAnthony Melton. And my man hit like 5, 6 threes, was playing lockdown defense. Like his help defense is great. He got long arms. He blocks shots. So like I said in the beginning, I like our team. You know what I'm saying? Our star players just got to play, and B just start off slow, and now he back. See that 59 piece. So as far as the Sixers, we looking good. Now the Nets, on the other hand, I'm not too down on the Nets as much as David is, considering where they came from with Steve Nash coaching them. It's crazy how a simple, or you had not even a coaching change. They just fired the coach. They just took the next man up and made a 180 turn. Like it's crazy. So the team has potential. If they can find a way to, get Miles Turner or somebody like that, or just some more dirty work players,
Mhm.
I think they can make some noise because they still got KD and Kyrie and Ben Simmons as a third best player. with all those shooters, you see the potential that he has with the team and with the spacing on that team. I think he's playing out of space right now, out of position right now too, because they don't have any bigs, no girth in the paint. So he got to guard, a lot of the post players, and that's not what he does. He's an elite perimeter defender. So that's why he gets in foul trouble a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the Nets should blow up the team. If they don't think they can, make a trade for Miles Turner, I can't think of anybody else right now. That's why I keep saying him. But they can't think of a way to get some more dirty work players, because trading for players that don't matter, like you don't need any more Patty Mills. You don't need another Seth Curry. And they got Patty Mills, Seth Curry, and Joe Harris. Like, you don't need all three of those guys. They do the same exact thing. They need to find a way to get some players that, they don't have any players that's doing some of the stuff they need done. So they need some players that, what that is their specialty. You know what I'm saying? Miles Turner, PJ Tucker, players like that. They can find a way to get a couple of those, they'd be good. But I don't think they should blow up the team. I think they're closer to breaking through than being blown up, to me.
Okay. So first thing I'm gonna say is, Ben, you suck. Ben, you suck. Sorry, nah, that's what Philly fans were saying all night, man. That was crazy. For a team, I'm gonna just answer the question. Yeah, I think they should blow the Nets up. They are a great team, but as far as the aura around the organization right now, it's not benefiting anybody on the actual team itself. Like KD and Kyrie are players who just want to hoop. Ben slowly but surely getting back to Ben himself. He's averaging, like, I think he had the last 3 games he had a double-double. It's either an assist or rebounds. So he's kind of slowly but surely getting back to himself. And like J-Mo said too, he's kind of playing out of position. And on a team where you got 2 ball dominant people, it's going to be real tough for him to really get all the way back to being the Ben that we've seen in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as just blowing it up, I say 1 or 2 pieces, maybe the trading of a Kyrie or a KD, one of the 2 people who like brought this negative aura into the organization. Also, the coach changing was a good thing, but I also looked at it like this other guy had him playing for like 2 or 3 games. I've never seen a team that's like 8-10 look like a 1-17 team. Like that's how they play at times. They just look bad, but then they'll also look good. You want to speak to the blowout against the Kings? That was one of the games where you're just like, what's going on here? So that's my take on just blowing the Nets up. Maybe them bringing in someone else might just up the morale on the team. That might change some things. So they can keep all 3 and bring in like a Miles Turner or just a dirty work player who's gonna be like, look, man, what y'all doing? We the Nets. Show up. They might need that in the locker room right now. Hands down. Hands down, one of the greatest performances by the 76ers, though. I got to give my hand. I got to coaching. That's coaching. I said one of. Calm down. I see you over there, Joe, making faces, man.
Oh, no. I was agreeing.
Okay. Because to go out there with no superstars and go up against their big 3 and win by 9, basically hold the lead the entire game for real. That's a lot. That says a lot about what Philadelphia has brewing right there. And also, shout out to Milton. I got him on my fantasy team, so keep balling.
Yeah, he was going to jack once everybody was out. All right. Nah, don't blow it up, David. Don't blow it up. All right. Now, you tripping with no shoestrings. I don't know. But don't blow it up. Here's the thing. Don't overreact on that game. The Nets, like J-Mo said, they took them for granted. And at the same time, the Sixers, man, they was hitting everything. Like, they was lights out, especially in that first. When you play a team that's undermanned, you get them confidence, as Detroit, you get them confidence in the first quarter, it's going to be a long night. I was just telling J-Mo that yesterday. I was like, you give people confidence in the first quarter, they start hitting shots, it's going to be a long night. They shot over 60% in the first quarter. Man, Thibault hit a 3 in the corner. He missed 2 after that, but he hit a 3 in the corner, all right? So, don't overreact. Sixers shot with 50% from 3-point line for the whole game. All right, they gained confidence early. The Sixers played with more effort. They had 20 offensive rebounds. They had 1 possession when they got like 6 offensive rebounds. Yeah. That was when Thibault missed those 2 wide-open threes, by the way. All right, but my issue with the Nets is this. Now, they got a good team. They just undersized, obviously. Like J-Mo said, Ben is playing out of position because he was throwing some downs yesterday. One thing I like about the Nets, they all let him play the point guard. But him and Kyrie, it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie, because Kyrie wants the ball in his hands. If Kyrie could just be a scorer and stop trying to be a facilitator, like Ben is the facilitator of this team, just be that scorer. But one thing about the Nets that irritated me yesterday, KD, in the fourth quarter, he only took one shot. Like, come on. And then he shot a good percentage. Like, he was hitting mid-ranges, contested. Like, he was playing good throughout the whole game. But we get to the fourth quarter, it's still a close game, and you like basically a no-show as far as shooting the ball. He's trying to he's like too passive, like trying to get other people involved. It's money time. We need you to take over, right? And that's why we got you here, KD, because you are the best player on the court. So when things stall out and we need a bucket, we can always rely on you. And he was not reliable in that fourth quarter. But I would not blow it up. Like J-Mo said, I'll get something like a Miles Turner. They just need another big, basically, and get rid of one of them shooters and get a defender. Because Joe Harris, I don't think they really need Joe Harris, to tell you the truth. They can get rid of him and get a defender. All right. So, but yeah, so that's my take on that. All right. So we go.
Another thing I want to say about the Nets, as far as Jacques Vaughn and everything. I know he's the interim coach, but they need a culture setter. Like Kyrie's trying to do that, but he's got too much going on. That's not basketball. You know what I mean? And sometimes you can understand what he's doing. Sometimes you're like, all right, bro, like you're doing too much. But at the same, whatever it is going on, they need a culture setter. Whether it's a role player, whether it's a coach, a GM, or whoever it is, they need somebody who need to set the culture. Like you said, Tomo, we the Nets, even though the Nets, who the Nets, but we the Nets. That's what they need to do. So I think they need a culture setter. I also wanted to say, if Embiid would have played yesterday, this is what he would have did to Ben.
Yeah.
Right there.
I'm gonna say this though. I wanted to say this. This is not my overreaction from one game. This is from how they played even without when Steve Nash left. Because I think this was their second or third bad loss since Jacques Vaughn's been the head coach. So I'm going off of just that base, not just because of last night. It's because it's been a little bit too consistent, and because of some of the stuff that J-Mo said. Yeah, they got Ben Simmons playing out of position. It's not going to work with Ben Simmons and Kyrie there because Kyrie needs the ball in his hands. He was only one to do that when James Harden was there because James Harden can not only facilitate the ball, but he can score. Ben Simmons is not necessarily what you consider a scorer. Yeah, he can drive the ball and he can bank with somebody down low, but how much has he done that since he got to Brooklyn? He hasn't. He's getting back to that point, but he's not there right now. And I don't think it's going to work with him and Kyrie there. But the thing is, Kyrie is on a 1-year contract, and not too many people going to trade for Kyrie on a 1-year contract or trade for him, period.
The Wizards will.
Y'all will? Okay.
Well, go ahead. They're going to ask for Bradley Beal. You going to give a Bradley Beal for Kyrie?
Nah, I wasn't saying all that. Everybody want Kuzma all of a sudden. I mean.
I know, right?
I don't think Brooklyn going to want him. They're going to want a superstar. They consider Bradley Beal a superstar, even though you might not consider him a superstar because he hasn't gotten his team far in the playoffs, but just his caliber as a superstar compared to Kyle Kuzma. So they're going to want someone, and then contract's going to have to match. Kyle Kuzma contract don't match what Kyrie has.
The NBA is a little crazy.
So
don't forget about TJ Warren.
Man, the Nets don't want Kyrie, man. Just trade him. Get him out of there. Like the way they treating Kyrie, like J-Mo said, something he do is crazy, something he do we agree with, but if you don't like what he's doing, just get rid of him. Stop keeping him here. That's all. Let that man free him. Let him do his thing. Get him out of there. But look, is it safe to say, y'all, if the Nets blow this up, it's because of what we did to them? Is it safe to say that? Can we say, if that happens, if they blow this team up, can we go back and say, man, it was that Kings game, man. It was that blowout. That started everything. The game. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.